if you have a real rational zero, it has to come from, oh, that looks horrible. If you have a real rational number, it has to come from this rational zero test. Okay, so that rational zero test is P over Q. Okay, so P represents the constant, and Q represents the coefficient of your leading term. So we make sure this is a leading term, which it is. Okay, all right, so what it actually is plus or minus the factors of P over Q. So it's really important that you recognize this is the factors of P over Q. So let's go ahead and write out, let me get this out of the way here for a second. All right, let's go ahead and write out the factors of P. So I have plus or minus. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put parentheses because I don't want to write each and every one of these plus or minus, right? I just want to put it's plus or minus for everything. So let's write out the factors of P, which is going to be 50. So that's going to be a 50 divided by 2, which would be a 25. Divide by, let's say a 5, which would be a 10, right? And then you have a 1. I think that was going to be all the factors. And then let's do the factors of Q, right? Which is, so it's going to be P over Q. And so Q is going to be a 10, 5, 2, and 1. Okay, so now what we need to do is find all the possible combinations. So it's going to be 50 over 10, 50 over 5, 50 over 2, 25 over 5, 25 over 10, 25 over 5, 25 over 2, 25 over 1, 10 over 10, 10 over 5, 10 over 2, 10 over 1, 5 over 10, 5 over 5, 5 over 2, 5 over 1. You can see why there's so many answers going on here, right? Now, if you just had to find, if it was a free response question, then obviously I'd write all those out. But I don't want to do that. Oh, 2 goes in there. I'm an idiot. Did anybody call me out on it yet? No, not yet. Oh, at least I didn't see. No, I didn't see anybody there. Oh, I forgot 2. Right? And then 1. Okay. Now I got all that. Because 2 goes into 50 25 times, right? 5, 10. So 51, 25, 2. There we go. Okay. So now what I want to do is just make sure I have all of these done. So 2 over 10 is going to be a 2/5, or it's going to be a 1/5. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to connect these, which one. So let's go ahead and work out. This one's definitely not the answer, right? Because that doesn't have like any of them. The difference here is this doesn't have plus or minus 50, right? See how this one does and this one does not? Well, I guess 50 over 0, 50 over 1 is a rational 0, right? So that one doesn't work. Now this one looks like the same, but this one doesn't have any plus or minuses. So remember, it's always plus or minus. So therefore your answer is B.